Everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So, welcome to our podcast. This is the beginning of our journey because we are going to do this for probably years and years and years to come. And I want to first of all appreciate my speakers for being the pioneers. All right, for being pioneers. That's right. That's right. And I am so excited about this new year, about what we're going to do together. I encourage everybody to just share this with as many people as you can. Hi, Coral. Welcome, Coral. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being on, and Happy New Year, everybody. Hello, Fran from where's Fran from again? Switzerland. Fran's from Switzerland. Welcome, Fran. Appreciate you. So. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Eric F. King, and I'm a sales and leadership coach. So I help people basically triple their sales without being pushy or salesy. But today I'm wearing another hat, okay? And that is the hat of facilitator of our event, of our podcast. And as you probably know, I love to bring on world-class speakers on my stages, okay? So if you are hearing someone speak on my stage, that means they know what they're talking about. Okay, that means that they are a world-class speaker, and that's why I have them on stage. All right, so we're gonna just dive in. We're gonna dive in with the opening statements, and please share this with at least 3 people so they can see what we're doing. Okay, and put your comments in the chat and put your questions in the chat so you can ask questions of all of us in general or anybody in particularly. All right, so let's get started. And as you know, all my events start with mindset because you need the right mindset to do anything, right? Anything in life, you have to have the right mindset, or it's done before it starts. All right, and there is absolutely nobody on the face of the earth better to start us off with mindset than Miss Cassandra Terry from Texas. So, Cassandra, take it away.
Thank you, Eric. Happy New Year to you, to Leah, to Zion, and to everyone who is watching. It is a new day, a new week, a new month, a new quarter, and a brand new year. Newness, hopefulness, possibilities abound. So, having our mindset adjusted right here, right now, ready to take the day, the week, the month, the quarter, the year by storm is why we are here bright and early and ready to share with you all. I'm still in the festive mode. Didn't sleep much last night, hanging out with the family and ringing in the new year. So I said, you know what? We may as well keep the party started because our life can indeed be a party if we choose to grab some of that joy and positivity that Zion talks about all the time. So I've got some questions for you. What do you have planned for your year? What do you have planned for today, the week, the month, the quarter, the year? Can you see it? Can you see how your year is going to unfold? Do you have a clear vision for what you intend to accomplish? There's some key words that were said in there: intentional, vision, focused, clear, understanding what it is that you desire so that you are ready to go for it, so that you are able to make the necessary steps to achieve the things that you are really interested in achieving. It all starts with clarity. You have to be clear about what you want, create that vision, and then once you have that vision, I'm not talking about your eyes only. Your vision has to permeate every sense. Can you see it? Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Can you feel it? Do you hear it? Can you see yourself fully engulfed in that experience before it ever happens? If you can, then you exponentially create an accelerator to get you from where you are to where it is you would like to be. I just got back from our beach home. We have a house down at the coast in Texas, and we typically go after the holidays and just kind of rest and relax and enjoy ourselves before we get back into the hustle and bustle of the new year. But before I had that house, I saw it. Before I had it, I could feel the breeze on my face. I could smell the water. I saw myself in that experience, and so did my husband. And then we created the vision that we had for ourselves. I've got my vision board right here. I see the things that I'm working on every single day. And it helps my yeses to be strong yeses and my no's to be clear no's. Because I have a roadmap to where it is that I'm trying to go, I can focus all of my resources, my attention, my financial resources, whatever it is, gets focused on that thing, on the things that are going to get me from where I am to where it is that I would like to be. So I encourage you all now to get ready to grab your vision, to allow it to permeate your being, see yourself experiencing the life that you desire. Once you've done that, now it's just a matter of going, okay, here's where I am. I'm at the directory at the mall. You are here. And here's this new fancy store that I'm trying to get to. And now you create the most efficient path from point A to point B. You can walk around the mall all day long and never find that store if you don't know where you're starting and know where you're going. Our lives are no different, and you are so much more important than to live your life on autopilot. So let's get ready to grab the vision with clarity and with excitement, and then to commit to do the work to turn that vision into reality. Not a super jump from point A to point B, but consistent change day in and day out, making the necessary choices that are going to get us there, because those changes, I'm looking at all the money in Leah's background, they compound. If you're making consistent decisions that are going to move you towards where it is you would like to be, that compounding is going to help accelerate and get you there. And I am here to help. I think you guys by now, most of you know me. I'm Cassandra Terry. I am a life coach who focuses on mindset, because I believe with everything in me that the voice within wins. And in order for us to arrest that voice within and make sure that it's serving us, we've got to have a clear path to where we want to go. And we talk ourselves up and cheer ourselves on every step of the way. So I want to invite you guys out on January the 8th. I've got a virtual vision board party coming up, and I would love for every one of you guys to join me there. Leah is already locked in and ready to go, and I'm going to help you. We're going to have a little goal setting workshop at the beginning to help you get really clear about what it is you want. And when we're done, you'll have a physical representation of what that is. All you have to do is DM me if you're not on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, go to my profile and you'll see a button that says visit my store. There's one thing there for you, and that's the link to register for that vision board party. I hope to see you guys there. I'm looking forward to 2024. Let's grab the vision, let's get committed, and let's do the work to create the life that we desire. Thank you, Eric. Back to you.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. Wow, what great comments. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We cannot wait for your event on January 8th. I know you're going to have a packed house. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want to just tell all the people that are watching, because I know there's several people on LinkedIn that are not commenting yet. They're not asking questions yet. So comment, if you either on LinkedIn or YouTube, comment, ask questions, let us shout you out. Okay, be a part of our journey, a part of our family. All right, so we are going to keep going. Our next speaker, you can see by her background that she knows a lot about money. Okay, she knows a lot about money. Some people say, well, they don't like to talk about money, and people that don't like to talk about money usually don't have much. Right? So we're going to talk about it. She is known as the financial expert. And as I say, people say money doesn't buy happiness. Well, prosperity is much better than poverty. I've been at both places. I prefer prosperity. All right. And she's going to show you and tell you how to make the money, how to keep the money, and because that's important too. So without further ado, I'm going to go to California to Miss Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you so much, Cassandra. That was an incredible talk, and it reminds me of one of my most favorite quotes from Miles Monroe. He said that sight is a function of the eyes, but vision is a function of the heart. And we're coming here bringing you our whole entire hearts. And my name is Leah Garcia, and I am a black belt in martial arts. And I am here to help you become a black belt in financial freedom. So we're going to talk about today the wall of wealth. You know, whether you make $50 a month or $50,000 a month, we all start at the beginning. The mindset is the infrastructure. I'm going to talk about the foundation, right? It's about layers of our wall of wealth. And the wall of wealth starts at the beginning. And the first foundation, think about it this way. A lot of people try to put together their financial house. It's like building a home. And they try to just have a dirt floor and then put the windows and the roof on, but they never create the correct foundation. And so the first layer of your foundation, your financial foundation, starts with your health insurance, your life insurance, and your disability insurance. And let me unpack that a little bit for you. Your health insurance, if you don't have the right type of health insurance, you could find yourself in a quandary, not getting access to the medical doctors and facilities that you need if something should arise. And by the way, the number one cause of financial devastation to this day is due to medical bills. So knowing and understanding and having the proper type of health insurance is key. Second is your life insurance. Folks, if you have family that is needing your income, you have to protect that income. You have to put that pillar in place. You know, and I'm going to say something here. It's a little controversial, but I'm dropping it here. There's gloves off. GoFundMe is not financial freedom, okay? GoFundMe is not what we should be doing. Don't put your family in a situation where they have to go out there and doing bake sales and car washes, folks. That is not having the foundation in place. So having the right amount of life insurance that you are going to keep in place, that is going to be there when your family needs it the most. And then disability insurance. Folks, if you are working for an employer, you might have state disability, and that's there, and I understand that. But it only replaces a portion of your income, and it can take months or even years to be able to qualify for that. Did you know that there is life insurance that has sort of a disability built into it? We call them living benefits. If you should get sick or hurt, have a major accident or a major illness. I have a client who's a roofer, and he had a heart attack. He suffered a heart attack. Without his income, his business cannot continue to function. He received a check, by the way, from a term policy of over $200,000 tax-free to him. Can you say, wow, come on, that's some good stuff right there, okay?
Yes.
So that is a first layer. There are 10 more layers on top of that. So if you would like my ebook about the wall of wealth, reach out to me, send me a DM. I'd love to share it with you. I want to be here we're going to exterminate and knock out financial debt and devastation, right? We're going to make a transformation in our finances in all areas and all aspects of our life. And you know what? You're right, Eric. Money isn't that important, but it's just right up there with oxygen. So here's the deal. In every family, there is the one. There's a one that makes a decision to change their finances throughout their generation. And the Rockefellers have been wealthy for 9 generations. And when you do it right, listen, money isn't good or bad. It's a tool. It makes you more of who you are. So if you're a good person, you're going to be a better person with it. And if you do it right, all areas of your life will improve, in your faith, in your family, in your finance, in your fitness, in your fun. Because you know what? It's a lot more fun to go somewhere without cutting coupons. Are you picking this up, you guys? So my name is Leah Garcia, and I look forward to serving you in 2024. And I say, let's go for more in 2024. Thank you so much, Eric. I pass it back to you.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. That is excellent. I'm going to steal that. Let's go for more in 2024. I'll give you credit the first 2 times, and then the third one is mine. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. We are kicking off strong, folks, and welcome everybody that just joined. I see. Let's see. John. I think it's Neguana. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but welcome to the show. All right, so we're going to keep it moving, and I'm going to talk about sales as I often do. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about the psychology of being successful in sales. Okay, and it actually starts with what Leah was talking about. It's money mindset, right? Because in the world we live in, we are taught that money is the root of all evil, and money doesn't buy happiness and all of that stuff. And I always say that broke people, are the ones that I keep talking about that, because if they had money, they won't say those things. They just wouldn't, right? And one thing I do also want to mention, that there are things that are way more important than money. But guess what? Money brings them about. So I was at dinner with my sons yesterday, and we go to this restaurant that they love, where they make the food for you, and then you can make food also. They can put your stove in front of you, so they love it. So one of my sons said, "Dad, I just want to thank you," right? And I said, "Oh, what do you for what?" He said, "Just for all the experiences." I said, "Well, what experiences?" He said, "Well, you just take us everywhere. Like we've gone to Canada, we've gone to Mexico, we've been to Germany, we've been to Nigeria. Like you take us all over the world and all these experiences." And I was thinking to myself, you know, he's been to more countries than a lot of adults, right? And how is it I was able to do that? It's because of money. If I didn't have money, I would just say, "I love you, but we're not going anywhere," right? Right. And then how did I make the money? I made it by selling services, products and services that people need. So here they're benefiting from the product and the service, and then my family is benefiting from the proceeds, right? And that is something that everybody should be able to enjoy, right? It's not about the Rolls Royces and the Lamborghinis, right? Because I wouldn't even buy that if I could afford it. I wouldn't even buy that if I could, right? But it's about doing the things you want to do with your family whenever you want to do it, without having to beg somebody for anything, right? Whether it's begging for food, time off, begging for money, begging, whatever, you know, you can have it because you know how to sell. All right. So, real quickly, the first thing you need to know in selling is you must believe in yourself. You must believe in yourself. I don't know any top-notch person in the industry of sales that doesn't believe in him or herself. You have to believe in yourself. Okay. You are worthy. And that's why I start with mindset, right? If you don't believe in yourself, it's over. Right now, you may be saying, "Well, Eric, you don't understand. My background is this, or my background is that, or I don't have an education." I'm sure Cassandra has heard all of that. I don't have a good education. I was born on the wrong side of the tracks. Crossover, just cross over, right? Right? Stop saying that, right? Stop saying that, right? So you have to take responsibility. What Get on podcasts like this, right? Like this, where you'll hear experts teach you and pour into you, right? Get on, take a coaching class, watch YouTube videos, whatever it is. No more excuses, right? Change your belief. Now you have to believe in what you offer, right? So I coach people in sales, and I ask them, "Okay, so what's your offer?" And if they don't know it or they're not excited about it, I said, "Well, there's something wrong right there." You got to be excited about your offer, what you are giving people. Like, when someone doesn't buy from me, I feel sorry for them. I'm like, "Oh my God, you don't even understand, right?" Oh man, I feel so sorry for you. You know what I mean? Because what you're gonna get is amazing, right? The money is not the issue. If you don't want to get, that's perfectly okay. But anyway, maybe you'll come back or something, right? Because what I have is something of value. Okay. So and sales is a transference of this belief. You're transferring the belief of what you have to somebody else. If you're not able to transfer it, then they won't buy. Okay. And then lastly, sales is service. You are serving people. When Here, I'm going to throw out something. This may be controversial too. The more you charge for your offer, the more you're serving people. Yeah, you're probably like, what does that mean, right? The more you're serving people. If I charge you $25 for my coaching program, I didn't serve you, because the value I put on it shows you that it's not important and you don't need to learn it. You probably won't even show up for the Zoom, right? So I didn't serve you. And you're like, I spent $25 on nothing, on things that are not important. But if you spend more money on it, and you have to come out of pocket, right? And you have skin in the game, you're gonna show up. I have people that show up on my cold calls. It's midnight over there where they are, 1 a.m. and they're the first ones there. They're always the first ones there because they put, they're sacrificing, right? So that's important. Know that selling is service, and if you're not selling your offers, you're not serving people. So what do? Find a better way to sell. Okay. I can help you. If you go to compassionatecloser.com, you can download free information that can show you more about how to sell your offers. Compassionatecloser.com. You'll get a free ebook. You can pick it up in minutes. I also have a masterclass, 15-minute masterclass that will show you, step by step what you need to do. And then if you want more, then just contact me, book a call, and I'll talk to you about my coaching program. All right. So that's what I want to share with you all about sales, and appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's something I've been doing for 25 years, and I've done it pretty successfully. That's why I can help a lot of people. All right. So now I want to go to our fourth speaker today. He is a good friend of mine. He hails from Nigeria, right? This is a global call, right? And he is known as Mr. Positivity. When I first heard of him, I'm like, wow, Mr. Positivity. I want to hear what he has to say. And I was blown away. I actually hired him, right? So yeah, I'm a client, right? And he is spreading positivity all over the world, changing lives. So I'm going to go out to Mr. Zan Enegru to share his wisdom with us. Zan, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric, Leah, Cassandra. It's such a privilege to be here. Now, we are no longer doing audio. We migrated to be doing more video. So beyond hearing our voices, you can see our faces, and you can know that what we are telling you is real. All right, is real. We are real people talking to you. We are not AI. And I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. You made it to 2024. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Yes, you did well for making it to 2024. And for the fact you made it here, it simply means you are made to shine for 2024. You are made to shine. I love what Cassandra talked about earlier, talking about mindset. Leah spoke about finances, and Mr. Eric spoke about sales. For most of us, a lot happened in the previous year, 2023. For you, you had the most successful year of your life. For you, it was like the most difficult year for you, but it's okay. A new year usher in a new slate for you. So no matter the success you had in 2023, 2023 is gone. We're in 2024. You need to push harder. You need to go for it more, and you need to shine more. And yes, peradventure for you, it wasn't a good year. You had so many challenges. It's okay. We are already in a new year, and we need to shine for. Today, I want to tell you to shine in 2024. Everyone has the ability to shine. It's within you to shine. Now, you don't struggle to shine. Just shine. Just shine. And one way to shine is to shine with your giftings. Shine with your gifting. Every one of us is gifted in one way or the other. There is something you can do and do well. So as we are beginning the year, I want you to look inward and look at that thing that you can do and do well. The truth is, nobody can do it like you do it. And that makes you special. That makes you unique. Nobody can do it like you do it. So you need to own your giftings. You need to own your gifting. For some of you, you are gifted in communication. Beautiful. For some of you, you are gifted in leadership. Awesome. For some of us, you are gifted in financial management, you are gifted in sales, you are gifted in mindset, you are gifted in coaching. You must own your gifting. That's one way you will shine in 2024. It's in you. You have to look inward. That's why one way to allow you shine with your gifting is to be intentional about your gifting. You must know that thing. You must know that thing you are good at. You must be intentional about your gifting. Intentionality brings an awareness. Intentionality brings a consciousness for you to know that this is my strength. This is something I'm good at. So if you want to shine in 2024, you have to be very, very intentional about your gifting. I don't know what your gifting is, but for me, my gifting is positivity. And I've made up my mind that this year, I'll be much more intentional about spreading positivity to every corner of the earth. And another point that you will shine with your gifting, after being intentional, you have to put your gifting to use. Don't stop at recognizing it in a place of intentionality. You have to put your gifting to use. Look for opportunities to put it to use. For you, you might say, oh, I don't have a job. I'm not employed. There is no way for me to put my gift. Then volunteer. Look for places who are looking for people to help out. Go out in your street, go out in your community, go out in your neighborhood to volunteer so you can put your gifting to use. So many people make the mistake of recognizing their gifting and they never put it to use. If you don't put your gifting to use, there is no way you can shine. And lastly, give the best of your gift. Give the best of your gift. If you are putting your gift to use, don't give it 1%. Don't give it half. Give it like you mean it. Give the best of your gift. Anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. So when you are putting your gifting to use, make sure you are giving the best of your gifting. And I tell you, if you can put these three things to practice, intentionality, putting it to use, and giving the best of your gifting, you have no choice than to shine in 2024. I want to see you shine because me, I will be shining. Thank you so much for listening. Wishing everyone a happy new year. And over to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is so great. Thank you so much. It's great to see you all the way from Nigeria. Great. Now, thank God for technology, right? But we appreciate that. We really do. I want to thank the people in the chat. You know, Coral from across the pond, you're killing it. We appreciate you. We really do. And for those of you that are not on the chat yet, you want to jump in the chat, ask your questions, okay? Make your comments. TC, we see you from the UK. Oh my days. TC is here from the UK. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We thank you for being here. And thanks for all your support. All right, so like I said, I want you to ask some questions, okay? I think we did have a question earlier for Cassandra. I'll put it up here. All right, so if you have questions, put it in. If you're not sure if you should ask it or not, ask it. There you go. All right, so the question for Cassandra is, what do you like about being a mindset coach? That's for Cassandra.
What do I like about being a mindset coach? That's actually an easy one. Being a mindset coach really gives me the opportunity to positively impact people's lives. When folks show up and they connect and they want to work with me, they're at a crossroads. They're at a point to where they want to do something different. They want to have something different. And sometimes they just need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of accountability, someone to walk that journey along with them. I always remind them that it's their journey. I'm not there to tell them what to do, but I am there to listen and to actively ask questions and work with them to find their path so that they go from where they are to where it is that they would truly like to be. And being able to be a part of that is such an honor. And so my life matters. I'm making an impact. And that's the most important thing and the thing I like most about being a mindset coach.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cassandra. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. And thank you for the question. Awesome. All right. So we have another question here for Zion. How do you stay positive in a negative world? Wow, that's a good question. So, yeah, that's a great question, Zion. Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much for that wonderful question. Now, when we talk about positivity, positivity is beyond the word. It is a lifestyle. And then, how do you stay positive in a negative world? It's simple. I have this model called the 3CL model for positivity. First, you must make a choice for positivity. When you make a choice to stay positive, you have to be committed to the choice. And in your commitment, there has to be consistency. And when you make a choice, when you're committed to positivity, when you're consistent in positivity, positivity becomes a lifestyle. So when positivity becomes a lifestyle, it's easier to stay positive, even in a negative world. Why? Because you know who you are, you know what you want, you know that what is happening in the world does not define you. You know that the things happening around does not make you who you are. You make yourself who you are. So it affects your narrative, it affects your response, even when negative things happen. So if you want to stay positive in a negative world, you have to choose positivity. You have to be committed to positivity. You have to be consistent in positivity. And then positivity becomes your lifestyle. So for me, that's where I position myself in positive, even in a negative world. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And that is such an important skill to have. And can you just think about it? Most people don't understand that and will never be able to learn from that kind of statement because they just think that if things are bad around me, things should be bad for me. If people put on the news like the world is falling apart, my world is falling apart, and it's not. Your world isn't falling apart unless you make it, right? So,
Exactly.
so yeah, yeah. So appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. So, question for Leah: do you help people get out of debt?
Yes, I do help people get out of debt. So I use a team based model. I believe that the power of the team is the power of the mastermind. And if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So I have systems in place that I can teach my clients depending on how much debt they have. Sometimes it's a matter of using a snowball where we start paying off the smallest debt first, irregardless of the interest they're paying. So sometimes if it's not a lot of debt under 5,000, that's an option. If they've got over $10,000 in debt and they're really in a bad way, they don't own a home, then sometimes we use a program called Debt America, and it's kind of a last resort to filing for bankruptcy. So this is not for everyone, but if they've got debt over 10,000 and they own a home, then I leverage the power of the team, which is Dennis Williams' Cash Map app. And he uses a strategy to keep people out of debt in half the time that it normally would be. But at the same time, you do have to own a home. So that's what I do.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Leah. I appreciate that. The debt is something that sinks a lot of people. They're just in debt for so long, and they just can't. If it's like they're drowning, right? So it's good to be able to get out of debt. If you're in debt, contact Leah. Learn how to get out of it. All right. All right. So okay, I think I have a question for myself. Okay, there we go. Okay, if someone is afraid of sales, can you help them overcome that mindset? Absolutely. That's what I'm good at. Absolutely. I've been doing that for a long time. Um, there was a lady I was working with who she's been in sales for a long time. She had home product and she never made up to $50,000 before. And she came to me and she said, I can't seem to break 50,000. And people in her industry are making hundreds of thousands. Okay. It's a great industry. And so as always, I started with mindset. And after digging deep, I found out that her parents never made 50,000 before. Her brothers and sisters never made 50,000 before. She doesn't have any uncles or aunts that have made 50,000. So her best year was 47,000, and it's the most her family has ever made. And they're looking at her like, wow, you're just wonderful. You're incredible. That's a lot of money. Right? So then I told her, I said, okay, so now that we have found out the problem, we need to eradicate the problem and change your mindset. Okay. So, I can't go into everything I did because, it's a coaching program that she went through. So, in addition to changing the mindset, I taught her the strategies necessary to elevate her sales. And in the next 6 months, she made over six figures in the next 6 months. Right. And it's not me. I don't take credit for it. It's that a coach brings out what's already in you. Right. So she had it in her all the time, but she just had all these mental blocks from family, friends, mental blocks. Right. And she was around the wrong people. Right. The wrong people. If you go out with your friends and you make the most money and they're always looking to you to pay the check, you're around the wrong people. You need to go around some people that make more than you. And then you find out, wow, he gets the check, he pays the check for all of us. Oh my God, right? Right? It changes the way you think. Okay. I'll give you a quick example. So I'm in a mastermind. Well, I'm in a few masterminds. Cassandra's in one of my masterminds, but I'm in a mastermind with a guy named Myron Golden. Okay. This guy, he helps people go from like 1 million to 10 million, and I'm sitting there in this mastermind. The guy beside me owns a $200 million company beside me on my left. The guy on my right, he had a $100,000 day in his business. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I need to up my game, right? Now, if I just hung out with people that are making way less than me, I feel like I'm the man. I'm the man, right? But I'm not fulfilling my potential because I already think I'm there, right? So that may be a long-winded answer, but yes, I've helped people overcome their mindset because that's where it starts. Thank you so much for that question. It's an incredible question. Welcome, Camille. Welcome. We see you from
Hey,
Canada.
Eric, I have a follow-on question for you, if it's okay. That's kind of in the
Absolutely.
same vein of Coral's question. But when you run into someone who says, I'm shy or I'm an introvert, so I can't do sales. I've got a great product, it's out there. If they want it, they'll buy it, but I really can't sell it because of my personality type.
Mhm. Yes. Very good question. And you know what I would say to that person? Congratulations for being an introvert. That is, you actually have a superpower that you don't know about. And let me tell you what the superpower is. When you're an introvert, you tend to listen more than you speak. And in sales, that is crucial, to listen more than you speak, right? You think that if someone is just loud and boisterous, they'll sell a lot. No, they're just pitching and pitching and pitching, and it's going over people's heads, right? But if you learn to listen and you find out exactly what people need, you can provide it. And another thing too is, you know, when you're selling, right? Being outgoing is not really a benefit in selling, right? Because when you're selling, you're basically, what you're doing is you're finding out what the needs of your prospect are, and then you are providing them with a solution that helps them with their problem, that solves their problem. You don't need to be loud to do that. You don't need to be loud to do that. Also, I have a good friend. I have a good friend who's a writer. She's actually editing my book right now, Alexis. She's very soft spoken, and she was in my sales class. And I said that there's a benefit to being soft spoken like you, and mannered, as my mom would say, mild mannered, right? She said, "What's that?" I said, "Because you sound so believable, and people can trust you easily, right?" She said, "I am believable." I said, "Yeah." Right. If you meet with somebody and they're like, "Yeah, okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to get my program, and you need to do that." I'm not interested, man. Right? But if you're soft spoken, mild mannered, and say, well, before we get started, I just want to hear more about your situation. Can you share that with me? And then, okay, sure, right? And then when you're recommending, so okay, based on what you said, this is what I would recommend. And then you share with them, right? You don't have to be outgoing to do that, right? So I want you to eradicate that mentality that I have to be loud, I have to be boisterous, I have to be outgoing to sell. You don't need to be. One thing I will advise is you need to learn marketing to bring people into your world. Okay, bring people into your world. I suggest video because 80% of content that is consumed, especially online, is video. Now, you don't have to speak on the video, right? You can have what we call a voiceover. You can show yourself and you're speaking in the background, so you don't actually have to do what we're doing, right? That is a good way to do it, to get people into your world. And then once you get people into your world, ask them to book a call with you, and then you can speak with them one-on-one, so you don't have to speak to a group. Okay, so that's what I would advise someone who is an introvert or who is shy. There you go, Cassandra. All right, so we have a question here. Let's see. Cassandra, your vision board course, what inspired that?
Oh, that's a great question. So one of the things that you may hear me say if you ever in any of the lives is that I get divine downloads where sometimes the ideas are so strong they won't go away unless I dig into them and do something with them. And a couple of years ago, I had that type of a vision for a vision board party, getting some women together, helping them to set their goals and to get the year started. And it was a really clear vision. Do it January 1st at noon. And I said, absolutely not. Nobody's going to come. They've just did December 31st, slid into the new year. They're probably preparing for their New Year's dinner. Nobody's going to come. But it just wouldn't leave me to have that vision board party January 1st at noon 2 years ago. And so I did it, obeyed the divine download, and it was powerful. Women were crying. They were laying out their hopes and their dreams and their desires. And we continued to stay in touch and do check-ins and things like that. And over time, as I posted about it or they posted their vision boards and talked about it, people were asking, when's the next one? When's the next one? And it just it was something I thought I would do once, and it just took off and got a life of its own. And I've been doing them ever since. I've done them for large audiences. I've done them for families. I've done them one-on-one with just a couple of folks, really intimate. And a lot of times they're themed, depending on what the group is looking for. And so it's just something that grabbed a hold of me and took off. And I absolutely believe in it. I've got a vision board that's with me all the time. I took a picture of my vision board, and it's the screensaver on my phone. So my vision is literally in front of me all the time, reminding me of what I'm working towards, because that's going to help me make good decisions and help me to actually get there. So I practice what I preach. I believe in them 100%. And I just want to share that magic with other people and help them have that visual representation in front of them all the time, so that they know what they're reminded consistently of what they're working towards. Thank you for
Wow,
that question. That was a great question.
wow, amazing. Thank you for that answer. That was an amazing answer. I love vision boards. I created one many years ago, and I still have it. And I like to travel, so I put all the different places I want to be, okay, to go, and I've been to them all. And then I put pictures of a family with three boys, like three kids, three boys. Like I didn't even, it was just the picture I found. And now I have three boys. And I'm like, I should have found a picture with a girl. I like, oh my God. Like, all I had to do was find a picture with a girl. I could have had girls too. But anyway, the vision boards work. I'm telling you, especially if you put it in front of you and believe. Right? I was told that Oprah Winfrey had one growing up, a vision board, and it worked for her. So Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cassandra. We have a question for Leah. Do you get do you get people who are resistant to changing the way they manage their money?
That's a great question. So I really am a believer of I never tell people what to spend their money on. I just don't make that decision for them. So it's never a matter of are they resistant? I'm not there. It's not punitive. What I do is I help them to track, I call it a spending plan, track what they're spending. And then I show them what they're spending, what they have left over, and how what they have, how it could work for them. And they will automatically, in fact, I was just sitting with a client on Friday, and she's like, I don't need to put $400 a week into going out. I think I could do it on $200. I'm like, wow, if we took that extra $200 and we invested it into yourself, look what that would do. Look at that compound interest and compound pounding. So I never tell people what to spend their money on or what not to spend their money on. It's really up to them. And when they come to me, it's because they're ready for change. If they're not ready for change, then they probably wouldn't seek me out, or they're just going to continue to do what they're doing. So the people who come to me are usually ready for change, and we all know what we're wasting money on. I'm not perfect either, right? We're all in the process of it. So that's my approach to it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that answer. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. So I have a question that I would like all of you to, you can chime in. And my question is this. Can you tell us an example of a client of yours and what kind of transformation they got from what you do? Or how how your program or coaching or whatever benefited them, because a lot of times we watch coaches speak about this is what I do, but we're thinking, I wonder if it will work for me. How would it work for me? So if you can share how your offer has worked for a client of yours, okay, and anybody can go first. You can just jump in.
All right. I think I should jump in.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. For me, it's been an amazing journey of spreading positivity. So I actually had a client who didn't have a good relationship with his subordinate, the people working with him, because of his mindset. And I love the question about being an introvert earlier. I think that was his case, being an introvert. So he loved to keep quiet to himself, even though he wished to have relationship with people, even though he wished to have relationship with his coworker. So what do I do? So in making him embracing positivity consciously, okay, fine. I had to tell him to move his office from where his office is. Like he needed to have two offices, because as a manager, you needed to come down to the level of the people you are leading, so you can be able to flow with them. I mentioned earlier in the 3CL course of you have to choose positivity. Positivity is a choice. Yes, I'm shy. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I'm afraid. But you have to keep choosing it. In choosing it continuously, you have to become it. And by so doing, he decided to, okay, fine. For me to get to my people, I had to come to the level of my people. As simple as, good morning, how was your night? How did you sleep well? He started with that. Gradually, by doing those things, he got used to them. And also, I was able to tell him to get the biodata as much as he can of his co-workers, like sending them happy birthday, good morning. Today is Monday, have a blessed Monday. Today is Friday. Thank you for giving your best this week. I appreciate your effort. You are amazing. You are great. Have a wonderful weekend. And he was able to do this continuously and consciously. And because he had chosen it, he was committed to it, he was consistent to it, and then it became a lifestyle for him in building a positive relationship with his co-workers. And today I can tell you, the person who used to think he was an introvert, it is no longer identifying as that, because he has become more outspoken, and he has been able to build a positive relationship with those working under him in his company. So for me, that's just one case study I just wanted to point out. There are so many others who has embraced positivity and they are getting everyday um, impact, feedbacks, and influence on choosing positivity. So that's my take and my example for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right. So who would like to jump in?
I'll
Leah?
jump in.
Okay.
And I will share something that Zion taught me. He said, it doesn't matter up until the very last second because a miracle only takes a fraction of a second. So always just focus on what you want, focus on the end result, never give up. And I just repeat that to myself all the time. We love you so much, Zion, Mr. Positivity. So what I can share with you is I always tell my clients, let's begin with the end in mind. And the last element of the wall of wealth is creating your living trust. And people think a living trust is about transferring your wealth and your assets, and it absolutely is. But it's also about transferring your knowledge, your wisdom, your stories. Everyone has a story. And oftentimes when I'm sitting down with a family, they think, I don't really have a story, but everyone has a story. And I was helping these two brothers. They had inherited the home from their mom that had passed away. And they both, they're a little bit older and they live a little bit recluse. And they said, we don't have a story, Leah. It's just, that's not part of the thing that we need to do. And I just started looking around their house and I saw this photo of a boxing match, an action photo. It just really stuck out to me. And I said, wow, what is that? And one brother looked at the other. Now, remember, they're older, a little more feeble. And the brother just kind of put his head down. He goes, that's him. I said, what? That's you? Now, this is a guy that was using a walker. He's got a rheumatoid arthritis, so he doesn't even look but a shadow of what he was in that picture. I'm like, tell me about that. And you just saw the transformation happen right there before my eyes. And he started to tell me stories of how he was a bodyguard and he won the Golden Gloves and all these things. So that's really what motivates me, is bringing that out and touching that, because we all have a history that we should be transferring. And I said, that story is amazing. I bet your kids have heard it at almost ad nauseum and they just kind of blow it off. He's like, yeah, they do. I said, you know what we're preserving isn't for them, although they're going to appreciate it later. But it's really for your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and the great grandchildren that are not even born yet. It's one thing for them to hear it handed down story to story. It's a whole nother thing for them to hear it directly from you, from your firsthand experience. And that's really what creating a living trust is truly about.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Leah. Appreciate you. Great stories. All right. So, Cassandra.
So I was thinking, and one of the stories that came to mind pretty quickly is she actually is still an active client, entrepreneur, young, pretty successful in her business, but she kind of reminds me of your story in the beginning. She would get so far and then self-sabotage. There was a hump that she just couldn't get over. And so instead of approaching it from the activities that she was involved in and the things that she needed to do with her business, we looked at the mindset. We started to peel back the why. What was happening when she got really close to the next level that caused her to fumble over and over again? What was she afraid of? And she started to talk about, having small kids at home and having a husband, having a lot of responsibilities in her family, that if she took on more responsibility in her business, she might not be able to manage it all. So we uncovered in that session that she had a fear of the next level of success, because she was concerned that it would throw things out of balance and she wouldn't be able to manage the rest of her life. once she had that realization that she was self-sabotaging over and over and over again because of this fear of success, she was able to have some really good conversations with her husband and with other people in her family to so that she could put the plans in place to make sure that things were okay at home, make sure she and the husband were on the same page, make sure that the extended family where she was providing support, they knew what she was able to do and what she wasn't, and that kind of lifted the burden. And then she was able to go all in on her business, knowing that she had her family support and that she wasn't going to end up lacking somewhere else because she was doing well in her business. And once she got that mental roadblock out of the way, her business flourished. She started to add new services, take on new clients. She upped her social media game, and she has not looked back. And I'm so proud of her. And now our conversations are much more around accountability and maintaining focus and determining what she wants to do next in the different aspects of her life versus really being stuck because of that mental hurdle that she wasn't even aware that was there.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I mean,
You're welcome.
imagine being able to overcome those mental blocks. It's empowering. It really is empowering. So want to thank you for that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, we're almost at the end of the hour. And I want to, number one, thank everybody that's on. If you're on live, or like, thank you to Michael Adebayo, a call from across the pond, TC. Let's see who else. There's a lot of people. These are only the people that commented. We know there's a lot more people on. Let's see who else was on. We have John. Okay, John was on. Let's see. I think there are a few more. But anyway, thank you all for the people that jumped on today. Camille was on. We appreciate you. And we are expanding, folks. We are growing rapidly. Okay. Okara, welcome, and thank you. We are growing rapidly. So we're going to be on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Okay. And we're going to be on all the podcast platforms very shortly. Right. So we're going to be seen by thousands and thousands of people. And why is it important? Because we have an important message that helps people. So real quick, I'm just going to go around the room. Let us know how people can reach you if they want to reach you. If you have any last words, maybe a minute or so, I'm going to go around the room. Whoever wants to jump in can do so.
I will jump in, Eric. For a final thought, I want to encourage everybody to have a theme for their year. Leah knows where I'm going because we've talked about this before. My word for 2024 is unapologetic. Not meaning that I won't apologize if I slip up, but meaning that I am committed to living my life out loud, shining like Zion said, as bright as I possibly can, and living my life to the fullest unapologetically. And in doing that, I open up all the possibilities in the world for myself. So I encourage you all to pick your word for the year and use that to keep you going when you get stuck. You can reach me on my profile on all the social media places that Eric mentioned. I'm Cassandra Terry, Manifesting Miracle Maker. You can find me everywhere. On my LinkedIn profile is where I have the go to my store, and you can get the link to the vision board party that's coming up on January the 8th. And Eric, I've been dropping it. I dropped it in the comments of our different sites as well. So you guys may see it as a comment. I look forward to seeing you guys on the 8th.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited for that vision board party. I cannot wait. And my word for 2024 is impact. And what is the impact, I would ask you, that you want to have on the world, that you want to leave for your family? I talked about that. There really is one person that makes that decision to think outside of the box. It's a family member that people think you're a little crazy. Crazy people rule the world. So what is the impact that you want to make in this world and in your family and in your life and in your community? It's not just about the money for the things that we can do and the places we can go, although it does all of that. But just think about the impact you can have on your community, maybe your synagogue, your church, maybe the nonprofit that is near and dear to your heart that you want to leave an impact on. Maybe you want to start your own nonprofit. So that's my word for 2024. And I just believe that there is so much more that we can all have. There's always another level, no matter where you are, there's always another level. And being willing to be unapologetic and making that impact is really what it's all about. So thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you. We appreciate this platform. And I look forward to connecting with you. I'm best on LinkedIn. Send me a message on there. I'm also on Instagram and YouTube.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Positivity.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone who joined us today. My last word is this. We are going into an era where embracing positivity is not negotiable. You must embrace positivity. And when you are positive, you are possible. And in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me on LinkedIn, Zion Inaugural. You can see my headline, Mr. Positive Energy. Send me a DM, and then we can take it away from there. So thank you so much, and wishing you a shiny 2024.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. We wish you a shining 2024 as well. I want to just acknowledge Brian Bing, welcome. Appreciate you. Joan Brown Claxton, welcome. Alexis Skurloff James, welcome. All of you that are on here, if I missed your name, I apologize. But I just want to end by saying that take inventory for your life. Take inventory, okay? The things that are going well, keep doing it. Keep doing the things that are going well. The things that are not going well, change it, right? For things to change, you have to change, right? Improve yourself, right? Upgrade your skills, right? Don't use any limitation as an excuse, right? Upgrade your skills this year, and just remember that we have your back. We're here every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Share this link with as many people as you can so they can get value. Invite them to come down next time. Bethan, I see you. Welcome. Timmy Tucker, welcome. I think everybody is now putting in because I'm about to end it. Well, we thank you so much. Appreciate you for being here. So upgrade your skills. And then lastly, don't be afraid of what people think. Okay, because if you do that, you are limiting your success in life, right? Don't be afraid of success. Don't be afraid that you're going to be more successful than other people, right? It's your dream. You want to fulfill your dream. It's not their dream. All right, right. And don't be afraid of failure because hey, if you don't try, you'll never know. Right. So that's what I want to end with. I want to thank my speakers, my world-class speakers, Cassandra, Leah, Zion, for being here today. We appreciate you. I want to thank all the people that have joined us for our first podcast episode of this year, which will be the beginning of many, many more. So with that, have a great week. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody. All right.